Today on Talk Fulton, residents pack a series of forums to discuss how they feel about services for seniors and youth. We'll talk to the Aging and Youth Director about what they've learned. And now you can use an app on your mobile device to alert Fulton County about a myriad of issues in your community. We'll tell you how it works. Talk Fulton starts right now. We're talking today about what many of you have been talking to us about, the county's aging and youth services. Fulton County has allocated some $23 million in the 2015 budget for these services. And during a series of community meetings, residents spoke out about what they'd like to see in terms of program offerings and facility needs. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has our story.
New ideas and questions were voiced at each forum.
We want to hear from you.
The Department of Aging and Youth scheduled 21 public and staffing forums to discuss long-term service strategies for seniors and young people.
The forum was very effective, well-run, timely, and a very good exercise to get the people involved in what's going on.
I think this is a wonderful opportunity for seniors to get their input and for us to also know that we are a part of a group along with the youth.
The department received plenty of input. The Director of Aging and Youth, Dr. John Thompson, will now use that feedback to set up a list of priorities.
My job is to get the information and is to be that messenger, to be that conduit of information and giving it to the powers to be.
The forums were separated so seniors could talk about the services they need and want improved. There were also youth forums that discussed services like family support, leadership development, and community service.
It is true that it takes more than just mom and dad to help raise children. So as a network of services to safeguard our children from falling into traps that could change their lives forever, it's important for us to work together and provide those services to help our children be successful.
While the forums were well received, the department plans to continue to welcome resident feedback so they can continue to meet the needs of the public. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Aging and Youth Director Dr. John Thompson joins us now. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, Yvette.
Well, you were just on the job several weeks before you decided to host these forums. Why did you want to hear from the public right away?
Well, Dick Anderson, the county manager, hired me and wanted me to first come into this agency and to develop the long-term strategic plan for the agency. And to be able to develop a solid plan, we must hear from the communities. It's all about the citizens that we serve. Anybody can develop a strategic plan, but at the end of the day, are we really investing our dollars into those programs that will provide the necessary services to the at-risk and vulnerable population? So it was our opportunity to hear from the citizens, to hear from advocates about what we need to do to be able to help our citizens in Fulton County for the next 5 years.
Now, let's talk in depth about the forums. What was the thinking in terms of how you would handle so many meetings?
Well, we wanted to host a series of meetings. We wanted to make sure that we went from South Fulton, Central Fulton, as well as North Fulton County. And so the idea was to be able to have as many as 50 to 60 folks to come out to these sessions. And some of the sessions we had probably 10 to 15 folks. But we wanted to hear what's not working within the agency, what are our strong points, and also wanted to hear the impacts to the community. So looking at our children, at our youth, as well as our seniors, and what are they saying? So if there's something that we're not doing as a government agency, what should we be doing? And so that was our opportunity to open up the doors, to open up the dialogue so we can hear directly from our citizens.
Two-way communication then.
Absolutely.
So now, once you figured out the strategy, what kind of information were you hoping to get from the public?
A lot of great information. And so just for children and youth, for example, we had a lot of great themes, emerging themes that came out from those sessions. And so, for example, education is a very huge one. And so stakeholders wanted to see a better collaboration between Fulton County government, Fulton County Public Schools, as well as Atlanta Public Schools. So this is our opportunity to think outside the box. It is our opportunity to break down barriers, to break down the walls, the silos, so that we can focus on the children and the youth who need the services. It's no longer about having this turf battle when our children and youth are at a disadvantage, but work collaboratively in a spirit of collaboration so that we can provide education, the solid educational foundation throughout the school day. But after school, if we have kids, we have children who aren't able to go home because mom and dad are not there, what can we do to invest and host different types of programs, after school enrichment programs, so that the children are doing their homework and so that they continue to enjoy school and be able to get to the next grade level and not be held back?
And really, there were two distinct populations. You talk about the youth and also the senior population. We'll get back to the youth in a minute, but the senior population, what were some of their concerns and needs?
Well, they'd like to see some program enhancements. So we're talking about how do we expand program or service offerings at our 4 multipurpose centers. We've heard that we need to have more multipurpose centers, and looking at the unincorporated area, for example, is a huge one. And they want to see more transportation and an opportunity to really combat social isolation. It's about what can we do to keep that senior young at heart so that they can continue to be connected with those around them, even if they've outgrown everyone, or even if their loved ones are in other parts of the country or other parts of the world. So it is our job to find them the necessary programs, to corral the necessary resources so that we can continue to keep them engaged and fruitful and just vibrant in the community.
You talk about bridging some important gaps. Now, any idea where you will start as it relates to addressing some of the issues that have been raised?
Absolutely, and so I'm very fortunate to be able to be the Director of Aging and Youth Services Department, and so one way to bridge the gap is to look at intergenerational programs. And so when we focus on intergenerational program, it is the opportunity to see how we can develop programs that will serve the needs of children and youth as well as the needs of seniors. So for example, I mentioned a second ago, social isolation is very huge. And so how do we keep our seniors engaged in the community? Believe it or not, it's not just a retired educator who's willing to give back to the community, to the children and youth, but we have retired postal workers, for example. We have folks who've been in corporate America who've retired and they want to give back. So this is our opportunity to develop, when we talk about after-school enrichment programs or summer school programs or summer enrichment programs, where the seniors can serve as mentors and they're able to help our young children and our youth to develop life skills, to understand how to respect themselves, understand how to respect seniors. And so as the children and youth grow up, they can understand the values of life, they can understand life skills and be tax-paying citizens giving back to their community.
Wow. Now, we mentioned that the county is very committed to both the aging and youth populations by way of how it continues to fund these services. Are these services mandated at all by law to provide?
Yes, well, the Older Americans Act, and so it's a federal law of 1965. The Older Americans Act mandate that we provide certain services to the community. So, for example, providing seniors with a hot meal once a day, 5 days a week, providing seniors with certain types of transportation to medical appointments, to life-sustaining medical appointments as well. So we're talking about chemotherapy and dialysis. However, Fulton County just takes it to the next level when it comes to providing the necessary supports to our seniors, far beyond the federal mandate. And so it is really about keeping our seniors vibrant. It's about keeping them engaged so that they can remain in the community for as long as possible.
So overall, what is the plan with the information you've gathered? Will you have to present it to the board?
Absolutely. So first we'll present the information to Dick Anderson, County Manager Anderson, by the end of November. And that is the opportunity to hear feedback from him. The plan will include our mission statement, the vision, the core values, the strategic objectives, as well as our operational goals and how we will roll out our plan for the next 5 years. And so we'll share that information with him, an opportunity to share it with the Board of Commissioners, and as well as the citizens. So we promise the citizens that we'll come back into the community by the end of November, the beginning of December, and share with them our 5-year strategic plan. That is our opportunity to remain transparent and to establish and maintain that two-way communication and hold ourselves accountable by presenting the plan to them and going out on a quarterly basis to give them an update on our progress.
Awesome. Really a forward-thinking approach in a lot of different ways. Now, do you anticipate some of the feedback having some effect on next year's budget allocations?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we focus on program enhancements, we have to look at how do we go after more money from the county, from our regional partners, from the federal government, from the state government as well. And so it will have a budget implication. And so good thing is a 5-year plan where we can roll some things out the first year. And whether if it's too huge, we can wait to years 2 through 5. But we want to be able to have a solid start beginning January 2016 and rolling that plan out.
And I think people really feel like they are a part of this process because of what you've done so far.
Yes, and we're very fortunate. We're very fortunate to be able to include the community. They have a lot of answers. Government folks don't have all the answers. And so this is the opportunity to truly partner with the citizens who need the services, partner with advocates, our other community-based organizations providing the services, and to work collectively in being able to serve the citizens of Fulton County.
Well, you brought some awesome information. Any final thoughts today?
I'm just very fortunate to be here, and I'm so glad that we're able to roll out this strategic plan beginning January of next year. And so we want to be able to do the best work that we can, hold ourselves accountable, and to continue to partner with the citizens and other folks in the county.
Awesome. Dr. John Thompson, Fulton County's Aging and Youth Department Director. It was a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here.
Well, we'll be right back with how you can now use your mobile device to quickly get in touch with the county. Stay with us. Welcome back. Have you ever seen a stray animal in your community and not quite sure how to report it to the county? Or how about a code enforcement issue? Well, Fulton County launched an app to help its residents connect directly with county departments. It's called the Fulco2Go app. Fulton partnered with a Los Angeles-based company called CitySource to create the app. Fulco2Go allows residents to easily report basic traffic and code enforcement issues. It also enables them to report animal control issues from their smartphones by utilizing photo and GPS location features. The report will automatically be sent to the appropriate county department for resolution.
Fulco2Go came about approximately a year or two ago. What happens is that the county already has a work order system called CityWorks, and when someone from transportation or animal control wants to create a work order for a task that they have, they put it into CityWorks, and then CityWorks tracks it from beginning to end. And so the leadership in the county thought about ways in which we could engage our citizens in that process. And the best way that we thought we could do that was to see whether or not we could have a platform where we could give our citizens digital access to the county through the form of an app that's available either in Apple or on Android. And so we found a company called CitySourced. And they were able to provide a platform for us to take our CityWorks work order system and basically allow citizens to create their own requests and work orders through this app. It's really exciting.
To get more information, you can visit fultoncountyga.gov. We'll be right back. That does it for this edition of Talk Fulton. A special thanks to Dr. John Thompson and Anna Roach, and a special thanks to you, of course, for watching. We invite you to email us to let us know what topics you'd like to see addressed on Talk Fulton. Email us at fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. We'll see you next time.